Hey, what up, Ricky? How's it going, buddy?
How you doing, Fowler?
This is Two Birds, One Show. We talk about Philly sports and craft beer on the Big Game Sports Buzz channel, Big Game Network.
Word up.
Check us out Thursday night at 10 o'clock Eastern. So what's your first beer there today, Ricky?
Well, there, Matthew, I got the greenest green from Treehouse. It was a leftover that I had saved for what I thought would be a Super Bowl win. But I'm still going to drink it anyway. So, and it's,
oh, that's a beautiful beer, man.
I mean, that's just fucking.
Yeah. And I love green. So any variant of green, very green, greenest green, it's all good, dude. You can't get wrong, man. Green's a Galaxy version beer of the from a Treehouse, and it's a phenomenal beer, man.
Yeah, I'd freeze it in the winter and I'd skate on it, and then in the summer I'd melt it and then drink it. Shout out to Beer Fest, great movie, cult classic.
So
what are you drinking on there, feller?
I just poured myself a power juicer by Icarus.
Nice. Yeah, good beer.
I try to promote the Jersey beers, being from breweries.nj.com. Check out the website. My buddy Ricky there from Craft Beer Fanatics on Facebook.
What up?
But this is a oat fluff beer, and you've been seeing more and more of this at lactose free. And I'll tell you what, man, it's good stuff. I mean, there's no point of you using lactose. You can use the malts to make the same type of beer, man.
I agree. And not a knock on anything with lactose added. I'll drink them once in a while. It's not really for me. I don't like a ton of milk sugar in my beer. I'll drink them here and there. I'm not anti, but I could do without the milk sugar and what have you. Especially my IPAs. I want to use them here and there in a stout. Okay, I'm just Oh,
I used to love it. I used to love it back in the day. Milkshake IPAs, all different fruit IPAs, milkshake IPAs. But if you don't need to use the sugar, I mean, man, just use the oats. It'll give you the same place.
And I feel like shout out to Icarus. That's one of their better ones, but they put out a lot of good IPAs, and that power juicer is fantastic.
Yeah,
that is a great beer. Shout out to Jersey and Icarus.
Man, they do a solid IPA, man. What's it? The Yacht Juice is phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
they got a lot of good IPAs.
Drinking Crayons is really good.
Drinking Crayons, right?
We Want the Gold and all the variants they use on that.
What's the other one? Licking Lizards, too, man. That's pretty good, I think.
What is that? What is that? An IPA?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think they do that. It's called Licking Lizards or something like that.
Never heard of it. From Icarus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You're not thinking of Why Kick a Moo Cow, are you?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Icarus.
I'll have to look it up on Untapped after this. I haven't heard of it, and I don't see it when I order it to the bar. I don't ever see it on any of my list. You sure it was Icarus? Anyway, not a big deal.
No, maybe not, man. It's some lizard or something. All right. Yeah, well, I guess maybe. God, this is going to kill me now. Maybe I messed up.
No big deal.
So, all right, well, they got a lot of good IPAs, though.
Yeah. Icarus does great IPAs. They're a New Jersey brewery, even though they're North Jersey. Big shout out to them. They're one of the big guys in the IPA game and the Jersey beer game in general.
And it's a great spot too, man, because you're right near Kane. And if you go up a little bit more north, you're at Carton.
Yeah, I've never been to any of them.
Oh, they're all pretty
Not
close,
yet.
man.
Yeah, I've heard good things. They're small. Well, Kane just opened a new tap room, no? Recently, like within the last month or so.
I think they're remodeled because it looks a lot like their old tap room, but just a lot fancier. Okay. I could be wrong, but it looks nicer. Oh no, I think we lost Ricky. Well, let's see. Yeah. Well, like I said, this is a good beer, and Icarus also does really good stouts. They do AK-47, I believe. Here he's back.
Dude, it just froze out and kicked out. What the hell was that?
I guess it lagged on your end because mine was fine. It happened to me before.
Yeah, your picture froze up, and then it was like, and then fucking the screen came up. It was like, try again. You know what they call that? That's a glitch in the matrix. It's when they change something.
Well, technical difficulties there, guys. Yeah, maybe it ain't our best start, but yeah, we'll get through it.
That's what professionals do.
Oh my God!
So I figured tonight I was going to kind of talk a lot of beer tonight. The Philly sports scene isn't. I mean, it's still going on. But I'll say this, the Flyers are a fucking dumpster fire, and they need to sell the team to someone that gives a shit about the team and not just the bottom line, number one. Chuck Fletcher is a horrible GM. He's got to go, and that whole they need to implode the thing, sell the team, and start fresh. Almost like when Jeffrey Lurie bought the Eagles from Norman Brayman, flush the shit, clean the toilet, and let's start afresh. And that's what the Flyers organization needs to do. And shout out to Anthony Gargano today on 97.5 The Fanatic for calling it like it was. Well done, Ant. I mean, he fucking nailed it, how we're all feeling in a tirade, if you would, a good tirade as to why this team needs to sell. I'm watching, you got the Flyers Rangers last night, and that place was like, the Rangers are scoring goals, and the fucking crowd is cheering loudest. There's more Rangers fans then Flyers, that's an embarrassment. That should never happen with the Flyer organization. And since Ed Snyder has passed, rest his soul, Comcast has run this thing into the fucking ground, and they need to sell the team. And guys, guess what? Anybody watching, I know All America's watching. Here's how we're going to do it, guys. Don't buy the season tickets. Don't renew them. Don't go to the games. Don't spend your money on them, because that's our only voice. That's our only voice as fans. That's our only way we can, protest. Stop buying. Don't give them your money.
You wanted them to lose, and now they're losing, right? I mean,
no. And I'm not talking about wanting them to lose. The fact that, look at your farm system. Look what the talent you have. It is a mess. It's a mess. And this front office is garbage. And this ownership group is garbage. They don't care. They don't care about the fans. And this is like Ed Snyder did. They don't care about winning championships. They care about the bottom line. As long as they're charging their $30 to park and their $9 hot dogs and $16 fucking beers, and they're making the bottom line, they don't care if they win cups and about the fans. Right. That's why I want them to sell the team. Yeah, I want them to lose games, but I want an ownership group that comes in that actually, when they lose games and have high draft picks, they don't shit the bed all over it, and they draft the right people, and they build this team back to the glory years and contenders. It's been 50 years since they won a cup. Enough's enough.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been doing much in past years. You know what I mean? It has been nothing great showed, and the fans are always there. The fans always buy the tickets. They're always sold out. And it'd be hard, for people not to buy the games, but not to buy the season tickets.
I'll tell you what, if it keeps going like this, you're going to see that. And a lot of, listen, I'm putting my ear to the grindstone. I'm buzzed in on the sports world. It's coming, dude. It's coming. And I'm telling you, there are people stopping, renewing their season tickets. And, you keep putting out, it's like having a restaurant. Maybe you're really popular and your name's hot and people talk about it and people go just because eventually if you keep serving shitty food, people are going to stop going. And that's what you're doing. It's not just, DeeTer, I want them to lose, but here's the thing. They fuck that up already because they're probably like the fucking 10 seed. You need to get in the top 5, right? So you fuck that up too. You drafted like shit over the last 7-8 years. Your general manager is a joke. You know what I mean? This guy's a puppet. Comcast doesn't care. I'm done. I'm done with my tirade, but.
No, you're right, man. I mean, it's been piss poor last few years, and there ain't nothing to show. And you can see, like, you might bring in 1 or 2 talents, like we brought in Carter Hart, but I feel like he's just been wasted on this team because he's got no defense. Yeah,
and here's a prime example. I was talking to some people about it today. Shout out to Scott, shout out to AJ, some of the crew over there at the bar. Hey, listen, you all but had Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey, begging to come back home, and you drop the ball on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're out there begging. When we got Harper, we're like, "Oh, please come to Philly." You're begging.
Yep.
He wanted to come here.
Yep.
He wanted to be here. This is a guy coming off a 50-goal season. He's a hometown kid. That you want to talk about good moves and moves for the fans. That was a move for the fan, and you spit right in our face again, Flyers.
Yeah, I mean, you could have really built up the fan base with him, man. I mean, it would have been awesome to have a local boy playing for the Flyers.
That's awesome. Really good.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, but I digress. The Flyers aren't worth my words.
From my alma mater, Gloucester Catholic High School. Yeah.
Shout out to the Spartans.
No, to the Rams. I
wasn't sure if you were going to pick up on it.
Yeah. My nephew will be a Ram next year, man. I can't wait. Nice. It's going to be awesome.
Shout out to the kid. I see we're both rocking our Sixers gear. It was a tough loss tonight, 7-point loss. That's why I was a little late getting on. But, as Doc Rivers would say, it was a scheduled loss. It was a back-to-back game on the road against, a talented Dallas team with Kyrie Irving now and, Luka Doncic. And I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting win, and they're probably looking ahead to Saturday night when we go up against Milwaukee, the team in first place in the East. So
Kyrie was already talking about leaving Dallas, man. Here he is fucking killing it still, man. I thought we would have that game.
He's the best point guard in the league. He's just fucking bonkers, man. He's cuckoo in the coconut. But we all are, I guess.
I thought in the beginning of the fourth, man, I thought we were coming back, man. I thought it was getting close.
Me too.
We just been unlucky, man. Like that one, the one game we lost at the last second, Embiid shooting a ball, and it was like maybe 0.5 seconds short, and then it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we should have
that was the game. That was the game against Boston Saturday night. A game, by the way, we should have won. You're up 17 points in the fourth quarter. Close the game out.
Right.
That's one. That's a huge loss on more levels than one. I mean, that's a demoralizing loss. That hurts your fucking confidence. So that sucked. And then you followed up and you played Miami on Monday night with the fucking scumbag I can't stand that everybody loves for some reason, Jimmy Butler, and he has the game-winning shot. And, we lose that game by 2 points. And by the way, Jimmy Butler, man, I know you're watching, dude. Fuck you, dude. Nobody here likes you, dude. No, because you know what? You bitch and you down Philly for me. You wanted to leave. Dude. You asked your way out. Don't fucking change the narrative on us.
They paid Tobias a shit ton of money, which I have not seen.
No. Reason why. Wait a minute, though. Hold on, though. If you go back, that is not why Jimmy Butler left. That was after he left. So hold on. And I saw Jimmy Butler's tweet, you fucking numbskull. Listen, you think I don't follow everything? That was after you left. You left because Ben was here. And you wanted to be the man. They chose Ben over. Don't blame Tobias Harris for nothing. No. It wasn't Tobias. And you want to be a fucking bully? You want to be a bully, fucking Jimmy Harden? You know how many championships Tobias Harris won? As many as you, dick face. As many as you, asshole. You ain't won shit. You're a team killer. Get out of here. I'm glad you're gone. You're a fucking cancer.
You said Harden, but you meant Butler, right?
Butler.
Right. But I don't know, man. I liked him when he was here. I was hoping he stayed.
That was why I liked him when he was here too. But he left here and started playing weasel worm and getting in people's ears and saying lies and making narratives that weren't true. And I don't like fucking liars.
He was a good closer, man. He was a fourth quarter guy, man.
Yeah,
which is nice to have.
Well, Jim, I know you're watching. I know he's a big fan of the show. I'm glad you're going. I hope you never come back here.
I'm not. I'm not Jimmy Butler. I'm not, buddy. I'm still a bit of a fan, and I like his tweet that he said, shout out to the Sixers and everything. I thought that was
and
nice.
You know what that is? That's more manipulation. The Sixers don't care about you, Jim. None of us do either. You play for the Heat. We play for. That's like one of the Cowboys being like, shout out to Philly. Fuck you. You ain't here. You ain't from here. Don't fucking try to jump on my fucking bandwagon. We ain't that weak shit. We don't play that up in here.
Yeah, the Heat and the Celtics, man, they're both like our sworn enemies of the Sixers. They're both fucking stomped us in the playoffs a couple of times.
Well,
but, I don't know. I feel like it's a good team. I like Tobias. I like Harding. I like Embiid. We're third place, dude. I feel like a couple of games we're just a little out of luck.
No, listen, I'm not down on my Sixers. But listen, it's a three-team race in the East. It's Milwaukee, it's Boston, it's Philly. Fuck Miami. You guys are you're fake. You guys are so trendy and streaky. I don't worry about you a little bit. You know, you should look out for quietly. Watch out for them New York Knicks, man. Them guys are playing good fucking ball right now, and they're beating good teams. Watch out for that Knicks. That Knicks team might sneak in and upset somebody in the first round.
I wish we could build up our bench. I mean, I feel like that's always a problem, especially in playoffs, dude. It's like,
well, we'll see. This bench we have here, we haven't had in the playoffs before. You know, we'll be having, Tyrese coming off the bench. Guys like that were starters before D'Anthony Melton got here, who was a bench player. You just signed Dedmon, who's a good backup center. Get you a couple minutes here and there, big guy. I don't know. I think the Sixers have all the right pieces. I just don't know if they're going to put it together. Like Boston has all the right pieces, and they put it together.
Well, how do you feel about the coach? You think we got a coach that could get us through the playoffs and everything? I mean,
I like Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has proven he can win a championship in this league. He won a championship in Boston. I mean, he's
yeah.
I have no problem with Doc Rivers. I got a problem with bonehead shit like the other night against Boston. That's a game you win, one, for your confidence. It does huge things for your confidence, and two, it brings you up in the standings. So it's a twofold win. And then there's a game that you kind of had won. You're up like 17 in the fourth quarter, and you just went to sleep. You went to fucking sleep. Listen, championship teams don't do that. Now, is it all over? No, you can correct that come playoff time, but you can't do that shit come playoff time.
Now, I mean, I hate to say anything bad about Embiid in that game. He had 41 points, but man, he was a little sloppy at the end, man. A couple of times it looked like he just gave up the ball, and I was like,
"Well, yeah, I remember you texted me, but that was a really good steal. I mean, sometimes you gotta give credit where credit's due. I mean, it was a really good steal. A well played. He timed it. He played. You're right. You can't turn the ball over right there,
but I mean. The dude had 41 points. I mean, it shouldn't have come down to that. I think the other players should have stepped it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Sure. Can't really give
and where was the perimeter defense on that Jason Tatum 3-point shot that won the game? At least get a hand in his face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, defense is definitely lacking, I would say.
I'll say this, and I'm not, because I know I'm a huge Embiid guy, probably my favorite Sixer ever, and I'm not trying to bail him out, but I'm not going after – if there's anybody on this team I'm not going after, it's that dude. I mean, that's the one dude that comes in, night out, and does his fucking job on both ends of the court, offensively and defense. I can't get on Embiid. I've heard the Embiid detractors. I can't get on that. I can't get on that wagon.
I just really want to win that game. I really hate the Celtics,
and we should have.
That would have been a big game.
You know who I want to get on to a little bit, and I praised him a little bit lately and say, hey, you're leading the league in assists. That's what I needed you to do, Jim. You're facilitating, but man, can I get a little bit of defense? Can you play some legit defense once in a while? Get in somebody's grill, man. Be a net on somebody. I don't know.
I thought, coming this season, man, I thought Maxey was going to be really solid, man, but he's just been up and down a little bit, He's not the guy I thought he was going to be, and hopefully that changes, man. Hopefully.
I think, do you know what I think the biggest thing holding Maxey back is?
What's that?
Jimmy Harden. James Harden. Listen, remember Maxey, the guy you were just talking about? Do you know when he was that guy?
Yeah.
Before Harden got here. Harden got here. You know what's going to be the greatest thing? Because I'm hearing Harden again bitching. He's like, I might go back to Houston at the end of the year. Hey, Jim, I know you're watching. Be careful on your plane flight. It was nice knowing you. I'll take, Tyrese Maxey running my point. You know what I mean? No, seriously. Because I'll ask you this.
He's been solid, man. We got to keep him, we can.
What's he done any different than the Sixers have done the last 5 years?
But right now, man, he's the only one that's really stepping it up, dude.
What do you mean? Embiid's up for MVP of the entire league.
Yeah, but if I like what Harden's doing
between
between him, Tobias and Maxey, I would say Harden is second over Embiid.
But it's
you know
not.
what I mean?
But I don't know. If somebody said to you, you can only keep. If somebody said to you, you can only keep Tyrese Maxey or James Harden for the next 5 years, you're taking Harden?
Maxey. No, I would say Maxey for the
Me
long
too.
run. Right. But I mean, one thing Harding, he lacks defense. There's no defense. Once that ball is turned over, it's done. Yeah, I mean,
you never see him hustle down the court. Right. He's never, and listen, I get it. He has a great offensive game. And Jim, I gave you credit. You're leading the league in assists, and that's what I wanted you to do. And the season's not over. I don't mean to be Debbie Downer and doom and gloom.
Right.
Listen, we still might win the whole darn thing. Who knows? But I need some defense.
Right.
Sorry, I feel like I went on a tirade tonight, man. I just it was all pent up. We didn't have a full hour last week. I'm like,
right.
Sorry.
It's hard to,
I know
it's
all
hard
of
to
America's
talk,
watching.
Man. Like, Philly sports fan, it's not where we want it at right now. It's rough, dude. It's been rough.
But not really though. But how many other cities had 3 of their 4 teams or 3 of their 5 teams in the title game? I mean, it's actually pretty good right now in Philly. Did we win it yet? No, not yet. But the key word there is yet. Listen, we're coming. And you know why? You know why everybody wants to hate on us right now and they're really getting on us? Because they know we're close to killing them. Because we're coming. We're almost there. Listen, when you're at your best.
You don't feel a little bit of pressure because it's like so hard to get back at that spot the next season?
Yes, I do. And you're right. It's a great point. You're right. It is. You're right. And listen, I'm not fighting you on that one. You are right. It is hard. But with that being said, the one thing I love about sports is it defies the construct of the absolute. Yeah, it's hard and it's unlikely, but that don't mean it ain't going to happen. I'm just saying that doesn't mean it ain't going to happen. Quarterbacks that play in the Super Bowl for the first time and lose the Super Bowl, how rare it is that they ever get back. Seriously, go look at the numbers in the last 35 years, right?
I can imagine. It's got to be crazy, dude.
But guess what? Sports defies the construct of the absolute. Because you know why? That ain't Jalen Hurts' last quarterback as an Eagle. If you ask me, it ain't his last Super Bowl.
I love Jalen. I think he did an awesome job.
And I do too. And I think he's going to have us back there. Not this year,
but the odds of the Eagles losing the Super Bowl and going back, it's bad, dude.
They're probably not going. Listen, I know all Eagles Nation watches our podcast. They're probably not going back this season, and I get that, and that's fine. But what I'm saying though is Jalen Hurts' days as the starting Eagles quarterback in the Super Bowl are not over. I think there's probably several more to come. I do. Is it this year? Probably not. But that's okay. Listen, now let's build. We made our run. Now let's build a great young team around this kid and make a 5, 6, 7 year run.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're going to find out what Howie Roseman's made of. You got 19 free agents. Good segue, by the way. You got 19 free agents. Okay, you have a draft coming up where you have 2 first-round picks. You don't have a ton of money to spend in free agency. So, with that being said, this is where the Eagles football team, they did their thing. They got us, to the doorstep. Now, Howie, as a GM, you have to now be, the superstar quarterback.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot for him, man, to get things going. Because
it's not a one-year thing.
He had an awesome year last year, man. Getting people in the offseason, drafting and everything.
And even mid-season, bringing in like the Dominican Sue and Linval Joseph and guys like that.
Yeah, he did an awesome job.
And CJ Gardner-Johnson. People forget that was a mid-season move. And that guy, that's who you signed number 1 in the offseason. Get him signed. Get him and Hargrave signed. The other guys, you might not be able to bring the 19, but get Hargrave and get CJ Gardner-Johnson signed.
I think now we're going to see what he's really made of, because you're going to have to pay Jalen. You're going to have to give him the money.
You're right.
And now, you're working on, less of a cap. I mean, like less money that he could work around with. So he's going to really got to pull with this draft to get good players on this team, man.
Word up, cuz. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, this is where we're going to find out what Howie's metal is made of. what are you as a GM? And listen, I say that with confidence. I think the last couple season has been a rebirth for Howie. Couple solid drafts the last 2 years and a lot of good moves, like you said, in the offseason during the season. So this is
Now, you said there was like 19 free agents. Is that right? Wow, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. And another crazy thing is our coaches, man. They're like all our coaches are like freaking gone, man.
Well, and think about this, DeeTer. Of those free agents, I think like 8 of them are starters on defense. There's only 11 starters on defense. At least only
Jesus
3 guys.
Christ,
You're talking about your entire. When people like, because I'm a draft guru, I love the draft stuff. I watch a ton of college. They're like, well, what do you think the Eagles are going to do? Well, I think they're going to go heavy defense in this draft because I think you have to. Because now you have to be able to have guys who can start and play and not be on high contracts because of the cap situation and having to pay the quarterback. So you better draft real well, Howie, and you better get some really good defensive players.
Now, the combine that started up, I think, right?
Yeah, I was watching that earlier today. That's all cool, I think the combine. I know everybody's like, "Oh, his 40 times." I think the combine's more of the GMs and the coaches and behind the scenes. That's where deals are getting done. That's the golf course of the NFL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where everybody's talking and hashing out shit.
It's neat to see the guys run the 40 and like the dudes like lifting weights and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. But
I can't, I'll watch it here and there, but it doesn't interest me a lot. It's okay, I guess. I don't know. So with that being said, though, I am weirdly confident that Howie's going to have a really good offseason. I do.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
About that time of the show where we move on to our second beer, right?
Word up, kid. What you going with?
If you're the first time watcher, what we like to do is talk about craft beer and then talk about sports, get a craft beer, and then talk about more sports. So if you want to skip it to whatever you choose to want to skip to that's fine. If you're just a sports guy or just a craft beer guy.
Or if you just like to hear us talk. I know most people do. I know we got, the nation is waiting with bated breath on everything we say. So, let's see. You know what I think I'm going to go with, dude? Actually, you go first. I went first on the first beer. What you going with, kid?
Okay, I had a busy week this week. I didn't really get a chance to pick up too many good beers. And I picked up a beer that I thought I might like, but I didn't. So I didn't really want to bring on the show. So I went with Old Faithful. Alien Church.
Excuse me. Nice.
Tired hands.
Can't go wrong with that beer.
Fucking love the can art too. So fucking cool.
Let me ask you something. As someone who, and I say this with love to all my craft beer friends, somebody whose craft beer opinion I respect almost as much as mine. I do respect yours. You're one of the guys I know that's on my level. And I know a lot of people are. I know it's a persnickety beer world. People get pissed easy. Do you know what hops they're using in Alien Church or any of the brewing ingredients? Is probably not a ton of oats, right? Probably not as much oats using that as the last one you had.
I would say it's oat based because I think
definitely oat based.
I would say like Citra and Mosaic. I would believe something simple.
I think so. I think you're right.
Maybe
some Centennial mixed in there.
Let me see if they have anything written up about them. Normally they're pretty good. Okay, yeah, here we go. Tongue tantalizing oat IPA. Tripping, juicy American variants. Smooth. Yeah, they don't say what hops. But if I was
what's your taste buds telling you?
If I was to guess, I would say Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe. Something like that.
You're probably right on. That's what I would think too. Definitely Citra and Mosaic.
Yeah, it's got a nice smooth aftertaste. That's why I would say Simcoe. So Simcoe is like a nice little mellow hop there.
Yeah, for sure.
But look at the head on that guy, man. Fucking awesome body.
That is a good head, but it also shows that you don't know how to pour a fucking beer, kid. I've known you for a long time. I love you, kid.
It accentuates the hops. It gets the aroma going.
That's the amount of heads you want, kids. I know there's a lot of newbies watching. You don't want it down here. I'm just kidding. I love you, DeeTer. So I'm going with, and I'm getting a little squirrely on this one.
Okay.
Habanero Haze.
Oh, wow.
From Treehouse.
Wow, habanero haze.
They brewed
love haze, man. Yeah,
they brewed haze with some habanero. Do you remember when I did the jalapeno like a week or two ago? It was the green with jalapeno brewed with it.
Okay.
I did a craft beer review video, by the way, if anybody follows on Craft Beer Fanatics, of that beer, jalapeno. It was really fucking good. I was expecting not like it. I remember habanero sculpin back in the day. I didn't like it because it was too spicy.
Yeah.
But I did the jalapeno, and it was fucking amazing. It just worked, and because they didn't overdo it. Like I love peppers. I eat a ton of peppers every day.
Dude, I
I drink a ton of beer, but I don't usually want my peppers and my beers mixed. But they did a good job. Leave it up to Treehouse. Now I'm gonna do this habanero haze. Here, let me say.
I want to hear about this one, so I'm gonna.
Well, hold up.
How's the nose?
Oh my god, the nose on that beer might be one of the best noses on a beer I've ever smelled. Jesus Christ, God. Oh my gosh, I don't even like I don't want to use the Lord's name in vain, but my goodness gracious, that's just bottle that shit and give me a fucking cologne. That smells fantastic.
Nice.
You see, got the right amount of head on there, retaining some of that foam retention, and give me that nose. Smells beautiful. The color, I mean, come on, you kidding me?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Get me 3 fucking hoodies in this color that I can wear every other day during the week. I mean, would it be sacrilege if I said it was better than regular haze? And I love regular haze. Oh my god! I think I said the same thing last time with the jalapeno. That might be better than the original, and that's saying something.
I think I think habanero. I like sculpin, habanero, and pineapple. I thought that was really good. Yeah, and I like the one that Lullum does. Lullum does a nice habanero beer. Yeah, it's like, and they do use a smoked pineapple or something like that, or is that eating sand? Oh man, no, I think it's Lullum does the habanero.
What pepper do they use in it?
Habanero.
Oh, and an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
With a smoked pineapple or something like that. Oh man, I can't remember the beer, but I know I've had it.
Fantastic.
It gets hard. You're drinking so many craft beers and remembering it. I get a little foggy sometimes, man.
I hear you, kid. We eat spring chicken no. So yeah, anybody just tuning in? I know we're Christ. I think we're accumulating 50,000 plus more fans per week. If you're just tuning in,
for the millions and millions,
I know. I can't believe the growth level of this show. Thank you, everybody out there. Much appreciated. Any likes or follows appreciated too.
But Alien Church, man, it's such a solid beer. You can never go wrong with it, man. And this is one of my favorite beers. When I first started drinking Tired Hands, I always used to go up there and get it. Now they come up with so many other different variants and different beers, man. It's a great brewery, man.
Yes, it is. I think it's the best one in all Pennsylvania, if you ask me. Where'd you get it?
Oh yeah, I got it at the local liquor store because now
can we get a shout out?
New Jersey. Oh, Bobcat. Yeah,
there it is.
It's so nice, man, to get this stuff in Jersey now. I fucking love it.
Word up.
It's amazing.
Can you imagine me and you flashback, 9-10 years ago, DeeTer and RicT are hanging out. I called you DeeTer. I'm in my old apartment, my little 1-bedroom, 3rd-story apartment, size of a shoebox. I'm like, yo, DeeTer, I got some cans of Heady Topper. Cool. I'll meet you up this weekend. We're gonna hang. We're so excited. We have this amazing beer. Now, we can go, and this was a mythical beer back then, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody's just tuned in to get Heady Topper. You had to either follow a truck around up in Vermont, or pay $12 a can, or know somebody that was a really good friend to get that beer. And now we can go to our local fucking store and just buy it. Like, craft beer is doing it the right way. You know, if you'd have told me 6-7 years ago that I could buy other half in my local, I would say you're crazy. Or even Hoof Hearted or some of these other ones.
I have waited in line at Tired Hands and not gotten anything after waiting in line for like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Because people used to like put their folding chairs.
Oh, yeah. Remember the folding chair days?
Oh, my God, dude. It was so brutal. If you got there late, you were wrapped around the block and down the street. And I just remember be like waiting in this line, and finally they're like, "Oh, we're all sold out." I'm like, "What? What?" Like, oh my God, dude.
Yo.
I remember it happened to me at Neshaminy. I was waiting for Shapes of Hops to come. Oh, awesome beer, man.
Yeah, shout out to Neshaminy.
Yeah, they do that. The good problems to have. That's a good one. Yeah. And I remember, dude, I waited in line, or like I'm like maybe five people from like getting the beer, you know? They're like, "Oh, it's all sold out." I'm like, "What?" What are you talking about, dude? And then like I look over and I see like a pallet of beer. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, asked for distribution." I was like, You gotta be kidding me, dude. I've never been so mad in my life, dude. That was the maddest I think I've ever been, dude. I was waiting in line for like 2 hours to get a beer.
And this was at Neshaminy Creek?
Yeah, it was at Neshaminy Creek.
Oh my God. Now imagine now waiting for anything at Neshaminy Creek. Now, nothing against Neshaminy Creek. They're a great brewery, but it harkens back to my point of like same with Heady Topper or other half. I mean, we used to go on missions and searches to get. Yeah. Oh man, hey, soldiers, kid. We're soldiers. We've been in this game for a long time. This ain't our first rodeo. Anybody's just watching. I know we just got 64,000 new viewers tonight, and we are not newbies to this fucking game. This is our fucking territory. We're going to tell you how it is, how it was, and how it one day will be.
My buddy Tony, he's taking a trip this weekend. He's going up to Treehouse and I think Fidens too, man.
Nice. Yeah. Well played, Tony. Bring me back a 4-pack of Fidens, kid.
Well, yeah, me and Al told him to stop in Connecticut. I think it's called New Park Brewery. We stopped there last time we went up to Treehouse, and New Park was awesome, man. Like homemade pizzas, like brick oven pizza. And then in there, they had like all these like snowboards on the walls and art and stuff. And the beer was really good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Now that you're saying it, when we get off, I'm going on my Incepta. I think I've had a few from them, and I think you're right. I think they are really good. Yeah. Also, tell him on his way up, when he's going up there, hang a right in the fucking Rhode Island, hit Long Live Beer Works, and hit Tilted Barn. You won't be disappointed.
Okay. Long Live Tilted Barn. Well, I told him, like, what's that 12% Brewing Project? That's in Connecticut too, right? Because, like, he doesn't like to drive long. So I told him, like, why don't you hit some winters in Connecticut and then hit up in Massachusetts. And then he's got, like, him and his buddies rented a lake house or something for fishing.
Nice.
So that's why they're going.
The fucking dream, Tony. Start hanging out with me, dude. I need friends. I have, like, 3 friends, man.
The weekend sounds phenomenal, man. Like how you had it planned out. I hope he does it. You know what I mean? But it seems like he's cramming a whole lot in the one weekend. You know what
3 days?
Yeah. He's leaving Friday and I guess coming back Sunday, so.
Tony, call out Monday, dude.
Yeah,
Give yourself an extra day, dude. Seriously, you're going to thank me later. Yeah. Call the fuck out now. It's only Thursday. Call out and trust me. Go back to work on Tuesday. But that one extra day makes all the difference.
He's never been to Treehouse, and me and Al always tell him how awesome it is there, dude.
What's he going to the Charlton location?
What is it? The Treehouse?
There's like 4 of them now.
Yeah.
Is he going to Sandwich?
The big one, man. Where I don't know.
It's Charlton.
They have like awesome picnic benches in there and everything,
dude. Yes.
It's crazy, dude. You can bring your own food. You can sit, relax, and like I think last time Al brought like his own charcuterie board with his family
Finger
and stuff.
sandwiches and shit like that. Fucking.
It's a good time though, man. You know
It
what I
should
mean?
be. Beer's fun. Beer should be fun. Beer should bring us
Right.
together as opposed to tear us apart like so much of the other shit in this world is. Beer brings us together.
Oh man, I hope he brings me back some stuff. I'll have to.
I hope he brings me back some stuff. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
I'm just kidding, but if you want to, feel free, Tony. I take donations.
Nice.
I can drink 2 beers at once, sir. Bring me back some beers.
Man. Well, I guess back on the sports. Spring training started up. How you feel about the Phillies?
I know the Phillies took a left hook to the eye today, but for the most part, they're looking pretty solid in spring training, man.
Andrew Painter looks solid today. They took a bad loss, man, but
yeah, that's preseason. It's going to happen,
right?
Doesn't mean much. Just like the wins don't mean much.
All right, and they do split team shit, so you don't know.
Yeah, listen. I don't take much from preseason in any sport. It's preseason for a reason, you know. It's fucking it's fucking. Hey Tony, I wore this for you, dude. Listen, I can hold 2 beers in this. Bring me back some fucking Treehouse or Fiden, please.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, I only got one more Thursday, and then I'm in Florida. Man, I can't wait. Dude.
Lucky bastard.
I'll have to take some video down there of the games and post it up for the show or something, dude. It's gonna be awesome, dude. Oh man, we got the charter boat made. We got the game for St. Patty's Day, and everything's looking pretty good, dude. I can't.
You guys are gonna have a fun time down there.
Yeah.
There's somebody I know too that's going the same time you are. I forget who it is, but
is it Bill? Pittsburgh Bill?
I think it is Pittsburgh Bill. Shout out to Pittsburgh Bill. I think he's going to be down there, dude. You should find Bill's a fun dude to hang out with, man. One of the coolest dudes, ever. And I know you know Bill. Find Bill.
Awesome guy.
Trust me. Find Bill. Get beers with Bill. You'll have the time of your life.
Well, I definitely want to hit up Angry Chair because that's one of the breweries I haven't been to down there. I've been to Green Bench and I've been to Cycle. They're both really good. So it's going to be awesome. Like, I can't wait, man. And like this whole week with the family and the events we had and everything, it was awesome. And then we're going down to Florida in a couple weeks. It's just really good shit. Man.
Savor that shit. In my world, listen to me. Yeah. Family's everything. That's a good thing, dude. That's beautiful. Savor every minute you get with family. Savor that shit.
Yeah,
that is what life is all about. They added just enough when they do this habanero haze where you don't taste the habanero. And for a second, you don't even know it's there. And then it just at the very end, you get this tiny little like bite and it's like bang, nice. As if this fucking beer wasn't a symphony and a fucking disco and a fucking mosh pit and a breakdance competition all at the same time on your palate, right? And then you get that little burn at the end. That's master craftsmanship right there. That is fucking money right there. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, you wouldn't think like, wow, habanero IPA, man, but dude, it works, dude. And that's like the same thing with like Mexican stout. I love that shit. Do you get a spicy chocolate stout? With a cane Mexican brunch, phenomenal.
Shit bottle Mexican stout, shout out.
Conclave does an awesome Mexican stout too. Oh man, dude! But they load it up with the red peppers, man. It is spicy, but it is really good. Conclave's an awesome brewery.
It's not like that. And I'm about to get some kickback from all the hipsters in the beer world, but I like to stir the pot. You don't get that wit. Lagers. Because they're fucking boring. I drink lagers and pilsners. I bet you do.
Yeah, it's very basic stuff there. Yeah. But dude, I'll tell you what.
That's cool. I also liked I was catch myself before I kill my political career forever. Court myself, wool.
But I will say, dude, if you do like lagers and pilsner, that style,
Lagers,
human robot, dude, phenomenal, dude. They've been killing it, dude, and their IPA is pretty good too. It's God, I can't. It starts with an O or something like that.
Oberon or Organon,
Yeah, Organon.
Shout out to Human Robot. And don't be mad at me, Human Robot, for saying lagers are boring. That's just my opinion. Don't It's just, everybody likes their own thing.
And I know if you went there, you'd be like, "Man, it's so good."
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean? Like, you love it, dude. It's a shit's fucking bag, dude.
I break balls on lagers and say they're boring, but I drink them all year. I drink pilsners, I drink fucking Bocks, I drink throughout the year. Yeah. Listen, you don't get an Olympian's body like this without drinking a ton of beer of all different styles all year. So I'm not hating lagers. I just, they're fucking boring to me. I drink them; they're just boring.
Another Philly brewery that's doing really good is Source Brewing. That dude, I've been seeing my friends checking
Jersey. That's Jersey.
Is that Jersey?
That is Jersey, and that is what do you call it? That's the kid that used to work with Carton Open Source. His name's a really cool dude. I met him a couple times. He used to work with Carton. I think they're in Little Ferry, New Jersey, or Colts Neck, New Jersey. Source, one of them. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe Little Ferry is Brick City, but I think Colts Neck maybe is Source. Oh, Jeremy Watts. Shout out to Jeremy Watts.
Oh.
Good kid. I met him a few times at some beer fests. Used to work with Carton. Now he does a Source.
Okay, I guess they have another. There's another one. It's called Source Brewing in Philly. Source Urban Brewery, I guess it's called.
Yeah, but look up the original.
Okay, so the original is Colts Neck.
Colts Neck, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I see both of them listed there.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
The one by Phillies by Other Half's tap room over there. So that's awesome. Hi, man.
John.
Yeah, man. So you go Other Half, you hit Source, man. That's a pretty good day.
Shout out to another Jersey brewery, Source. Jersey's coming on.
Yeah, man, it's tough in Jersey, not having the food and stuff. And
yeah, for Jersey breweries to make it, their beer has to be that good because they can't serve food. Yeah.
Dude, I had an awesome time at Westville Brewery, man. I thought
Westville puts out great stuff, and they're great people.
Yeah. It was Thursday night. It was trivia night. It was so packed. People were sitting outside. That's how packed it was.
It's a great spot.
And there's like little taco stands around there, man.
Dude, there's great food all up and down that road. Listen, hidden gem, by the way. And I know we're such influencers on social media by the 9.8 million people that follow us. So get on there now, because once it's like Guy Fieri going to a joint or Dave Portnoy going to a pizza place, these places are going to be insanely packed now that we've talked about them. So get there now.
I think Guy Fieri did go to that taco place, man, but they're like so understaffed because it's just a mom and pop like place. You know what I mean?
Which
I think
place?
It's a wife. The taco Cuban La Cienta. The place right next to Westville Brewery.
God, Fieri was there.
Somebody was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man. It was like.
I don't think so, man. I'm not. Maybe you're right.
Dude,
I don't think so.
My buddy Jeff said that some big food critic was there, and after that, man, it's like, that's like a good spot. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that guy.
You talking about Lorenzo's?
Lorenzo's, that's it. Yeah,
yeah. Great spot, by the way. Try the empanadas. Great empanadas.
Oh my god, yeah, man. God damn, that's why I do a show with you, Ricky. You know your shit,
kid. So. Where are you at now? What are you sipping on now? Same beer?
Same beer. Yep. That's
what gets me about our fucking podcast is I have so much fun. I love doing it. That these fucking, what is this? 8.2%, and last one was 8.8. I'm drinking them like they're fucking Coors Lights. This is an hour show. By the end, I'm fucking toasted, man. And I
Right.
love it, though. I love it. I have a great time with this show. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I know all of America's watching. You know,
And then I thought, man, it's so hard, without the Eagles, and it's like, what are we gonna talk about at the end of the day?
yeah,
There's always sports. There's always
that's it.
Phillies
And there's
sports.
always
There's
craft
always
beer.
craft beer. There you go, brother.
By the way, too,
awesome.
for the Eagles, anybody that's a big draft Nick like me, I know I say it tonight, but I really hope the Eagles draft Devin Witherspoon out of the University of Illinois. He's a cornerback. The kid is a stud. He's a physical cornerback. He'll come up. You can play him, in press coverage. You can play him in zone. He can blitz. He's a physical guy. He doesn't shy away from tackling. That's who I want in number 10. So you heard it here first. Draft Devin Witherspoon, University of Illinois cornerback at number 10. That's the way to go because you're probably not going to be able to re-sign Bradbury.
Yeah, man. I mean, I would definitely go defense.
See, you have to. I mean, the majority of this draft has to be defense.
Yeah. Quarterback's a solid position, man.
But your offense, luckily right now, our offense is pretty set. And especially if Kelsey comes back this year, probably the only person you'll lose on offense is Isaac Seumalo and right guard. And they'll probably cut, Watkins because he fucking sucks. And it'll save us a ton of money under the cap. Or they'll trade him. So besides that, I think your offense is set and it's going to be almost exactly the same. And that's a good thing. Continuity is a good thing.
Now, what do you think about the coaches that they're looking at to replace the spots?
DeeTer, I'll be honest with you. I don't know a ton. I know Chris Johnson, the guy we hired as our offense coordinator, was already here. He was our quarterback's coach. So naturally, It's a good fit. I think he was probably Jalen Hurts' pick, which is fine. I want my quarterback to be happy. Right. This is a guy that's been with Jalen Hurts the last 2-3 years. He actually played for Jalen Hurts' dad in high school. Jalen Hurts' dad was his high school coach. So there's a lot of lineage there.
Right.
I think it just makes sense. Give him a few years or a year or two to get his feet wet now. Sean Desai.
Well, like you said, man. Like, keep the quarterback happy, man.
Right.
I like that, dude. That's a good point,
always keep my quarterback happy. That's key.
Right.
It's like keeping your wife happy. You know what I mean? Keep the center happy. You know what I mean? Keep the boss happy. And Jalen Hurts is the boss on this team. Keep him happy. That's a good hire. He's already here. He's in-house. You're not changing a ton of shit. Now, Sean Desai, I don't know a ton about him. I know he's a Vic Fangio disciple, which is good. Vic Fangio was a senior advisor already on our defensive staff for about half of this season, until he took the defensive coordinator role down there in Miami a week or two ago. So I like him. And then last year he was with Pete Carroll in Seattle, and Pete Carroll, who's a great, great coach. So anybody getting knowledge from him is a good thing. So I'm hopeful. I think it's a good hire. I don't know a ton. If I acted like I did, I'd be lying. But I think it's a good hire.
I think the Seattle did pretty good with what they had. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody expected much from them.
A great guy to learn from.
Right. Yeah. Nobody expected much from them, and then they still put up a good fight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm okay with that hire. So
now they kept the same special teams coordinator.
Yeah, Mike
like
Clay, who I know a lot of people hate him, and the special teams sucked. And listen, I would have been fine if they fired him. I don't know. Maybe he's been with Sirianni for a while and he's being loyal. I don't know. I don't know what the call is. I would have let him go. But I don't know.
Maybe a little bit more of the devil you know than the devil you don't. And,
yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe you can learn from a little bit of the past. So
it's a great point.
Yeah, it goes.
Well said. So, well, I don't know, man. That seems like we ran the gambit, as they say. We got some good beers in, got some good sports talk in, and
always a pleasure. I can't even say it. Pleasure. Always a pleasure.
It's easy for you to say, sir.
All right, Ricky. Have a good night, buddy.
All right, big kid. Later, DeeTer.